stickers up here.
Okay, discrepancy between machine and the scanner that was reading pressure. The scanner was reading 410 psi. The machine was reading under 100 psi on the high side.
80.
80?
It was reading 80.
Yeah, about 80 psi on the low side.
60
Now,
below.
it wasn't cooling very well. And then I came by and I was doing the AC on one outside. The shop has to do this because the insurance company on this insurance company says you have to do it in-house for them to be direct, I guess. So they can't have me do it unless somehow they sublet it and make it a mechanical repair because for some other given reason. But they asked me to look at their machine. I have 4% air. Okay, I tapped right onto their recovery, their recycle machine. This should not be 4% air. They have automatic purging on this. 4% air is not going to give me 410 psi. It's high air, yes. Now, another thing, the dryer, this is over 3 years old, and this has never been serviced, and the dryer has never been serviced. So I could tell you for a fact this refrigerant is wet as hell. I'd like to use another word, but yeah, it's wet. So 4% air, and then they recovered it, and then they recharged it again, and it went up to 410 psi. So I came over here and he asked me to look at it. They had the AC on. I did notice the fans weren't working at that time, and when I touched the high side line discharge, burnt the F out of my finger. So I can confirm it's 400 psi. So now we have an issue. When he recovered it back out of the 0.9 pounds that went in, that specification calls for, this machine only recorded 0.7 pounds removed. 0.9 went in, 0.7 came out. This is why you don't use these machines on new cars. For one, multiple other reasons, and service and taking care of them. But now I just have to wait for them to get approval to do something else. But I know we have wet refrigerant. I know we have 4% air in the system. I know this gauge is not accurate because it's 400 psi on the scanner and it was 80 psi on this gauge. And that's it. Okay.